The coronavirus restrictions mean fewer people on the roads, but for truckers who drive for a living, the pandemic is making their jobs harder. KSBY News reporter Asia Gore joins us live with that story. Good morning, Asia.
Good morning, Christina. With all the commerce shut down across the country, many truckers are now out of a job. But for the professional drivers who are still operating, they're running into a lot of roadblocks.
Pretty smooth ride, so I can make this trip, no problem, no traffic heading back either.
These days, the journey from Los Angeles to San Luis Obispo is a lot quicker for LA-based trucker Carlos Garcia. That's because California's coronavirus restrictions are keeping people home and off the road. But what makes his work easier could cause Garcia to lose his job.
Nobody's driving. Gas stations are not selling as much. They're pretty much topped off. So therefore, fuel industry is pretty slow right now.
Despite the deep discount in gas, Garcia says demand for fuel is the lowest of his 12-year career. Changing demand, part of the trucking industry's new normal, and the topic of this week's California Trucking Association webinar.
There are a lot of drivers concerned about getting COVID-19, and we need to make sure that they still have the ability to get food, get rest, those kinds of things.
Where truckers once stopped to use the restroom and order lunch may now be closed to the public, including drivers.
They stop, let's say, at a McDonald's or something, and sometimes they don't even want to sell them food over the drive-thru.
Though the pack may be thinning, these drivers do carry essential items.
Things that are in direct assistance to the pandemic, things like gloves, masks, hand sanitizer, soaps.
With a long road of uncertainty ahead, Garcia hopes demand for his services doesn't stall out.
Bills, everything, eventually they're going to catch up to me, everyone.
And another issue many truckers are running into is the inability to renew their commercial driver's license. However, some temporary changes to those deadlines if their license expired after March 1st. That deadline now pushed to June 30th. Live in San Luis Obispo, I'm Asia Gore, KSBY News.
Thanks, Asia. And some other regulations are being lifted for truck drivers, but speeding and substance use on the job are still prohibited.